Have you ever wondered why some people seem to control every situation without even trying? Why their presence alone changes the energy of the room? Why they don't need to speak louder, brag, or prove anything, yet everyone listens when they do? It's not luck. It's not confidence. It's something much deeper. It's a psychological weapon you've been using without even knowing it. And the craziest part, you can make it stronger or destroy it completely based on one simple thing you do every single day. Let me explain. Every human interaction is a silent game of psychology. Before you say a single word, your brain and everyone else's makes a decision. It decides who's in control and who's not. That decision happens in milliseconds. It's not about how good you look. It's not about money. It's about perception. Because perception is the most powerful weapon in human behavior. It shapes how people treat you, trust you, and even remember you. And here's what most people don't realize. You're projecting power or weakness every second without being aware of it. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you walk into a room, you don't say a word, but your posture, your eyes, your micro expressions, they're screaming something. People around you pick it up instantly. Your body says, I'm in control. Or it says, I need validation. That's the weapon. Your psychological frame, the invisible energy that defines who leads and who follows. Most people don't control it, they get controlled by it. But the ones who do, they dominate every interaction. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Your psychological frame isn't just about how you act, it's about how you react. Because true power doesn't come from talking, it comes from not needing to talk. Think about that. The moment you start explaining yourself too much, justifying your actions, or seeking approval, you've already surrendered your frame. And the person who stays calm, silent, and grounded, they win. That's why some people can say almost nothing and still get respect, while others beg to be heard and no one listens. It's not about what they say, it's about who they are when they say it. Let's go even deeper. Humans are wired for dominance hierarchies. It's ancient biology. Even in the animal kingdom, the alpha doesn't prove himself by fighting all the time. He wins because others believe he's already won. That's psychological authority. And it's the same with people. If your mind is calm, focused, unreactive, others subconsciously sense it. You become the stable force in a chaotic world. People gravitate toward that. But if your energy is anxious, overactive, trying too hard, your weapon turns against you. People feel it. They pull away. You've seen this play out everywhere. In business, in relationships, even online. The person who seems unbothered, who speaks slowly, looks directly, and doesn't rush, feels powerful. You want to hear what they say next? The one who talks too fast, over-explains, apologizes for existing. You scroll past them. Not because they hide bad panoply, but because your brain detects imbalance. And imbalance feels unsafe. Your mind automatically follows the person who appears in control. That's why calmness is mistaken for confidence, and urgency is mistaken for weakness. Now, here's the twist. You use this psychological weapon every day. When you text, when you post, when you argue, when you flirt, when you walk down the street. Every gesture, every tone, every silence communicates a message. The question is, are you sending the one that empowers you or the one that disarms you? Let's look at a simple scenario. Someone insults you online. Most people react instantly, they defend themselves. They explain, they post back, they think they're fighting back. But what they're really doing is giving their power away. Because by reacting emotionally, they just accepted the other person's frame. But the person who sees the insult and stays silent, who smiles, deletes, or simply moves on, that person wins. Because silence communicates control. It says, "You don't decide how I feel." That's the weapon, emotional sovereignty. And here's the truth most people can't handle. Every battle for attention is a battle for a frame. Whoever keeps their frame wins. That's why marketers, politicians, influencers, and leaders all use it. It's not manipulation, it's awareness. They know how to control perception. When someone looks confident, composed, and unshakable, even if they're not, people follow. Because our brains crave stability. We want to be near the person who seems to know where they're going. Now let's talk about how you build this weapon consciously. Step 1. Awareness. Start noticing how your energy shifts when you feel judged or ignored. Do you shrink, overcome? Try to prove yourself? That's your mind losing frame. Step 2. Silence. Stop trying to win every argument. Let people underestimate you. Power doesn't rush to be understood. It lets truth reveal itself. Step 3. Boundaries. Say no more often. Every time you say no to what drains you, you say yes to your inner authority. Step 4. Presence. When you speak, speak slowly. When you walk, walk with intention. Let stillness do the talking. Because presence isn't about being loud, it's about being unshakable. Want proof? Watch any leader, CEO, or public figure who captivates an audience. They move less, they speak less, but every word hits harder. That's not luck. That's the weapon of psychological control. Even in movies, the most powerful villains barely raise their voice. They control the rhythm. They control the silence. Why? Because whoever controls silence controls the room. Now, let's test your awareness. Think about the last time you were nervous before speaking to someone important. Did you talk faster? Laugh too much? Fidget? That's your body trying to release anxiety. But what if you just didn't? What if you let this silence stretch a little longer? What if you simply breathed, looked them in the eyes, and waited? You'd feel uncomfortable for a second, but they'd start to feel your power. Because control of self is control of others. Here's something even more fascinating. This weapon isn't only external, it's internal. Your thoughts, emotions, and reactions all exist inside frames too. You can be in a weak frame, reactive, chaotic, victimized, or in a strong frame, calm, grounded, decisive. When you control your internal frame, the external world starts to adjust to you. It's like your reality begins to bend toward your expectations. That's why confident people attract better opportunities. Not because the universe favors them, but because they broadcast certainty. And people subconsciously trust certainty more than truth. But here's the danger. The same weapon that empowers you can destroy you, because if you project arrogance, manipulation, or entitlement, people will resist you. Your frame becomes toxic. True power doesn't dominate, it anchors. It makes others feel safe, seen, and steady. That's the secret difference between force and authority. Force needs to prove. Authority just is. When your energy says, "I'm grounded," the world mirrors it. When your energy says, "Please like me," the world tests you. Think about social media. Every scroll, every post, every story is someone trying to hold your attention, trying to control your perception. That's why the most powerful creators don't chase trends, they create them. Because they lead with frame, not fear. They know who they are. And that's what people crave in a chaotic world. Certainty. You can feel it when someone has it, and you can feel when someone doesn't. Let's make this personal. What kind of frame are you holding right now? Do you wait for people to notice you, or do you move like someone who already knows their value? Do you let rejection define you, or do you see it as redirection? Every choice strengthens or weakens your psychological weapon. You either walk through life reacting to the world, or you walk through life shaping it. Here's something powerful. When you stop reacting to every little thing, people start reacting to you. They start to wonder what you're thinking. They start chasing your attention. Because mystery is magnetic, the less you reveal, the more people imagine. And imagination is the most powerful form of persuasion. You don't have to say everything. You just have to make people feel something. That's how influence works. And once you understand this weapon, you see it everywhere. In dating, in negotiation, in leadership, in marketing. Every interaction is an invisible battle for psychological control. And those who master calmness, certainty, and presence win every time. Because people follow energy more than logic. They don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. So let's recap the truth you were never told. You already have this weapon. You've been using it since the day you were born. Every glance, every pause, every decision. It's all communication. The question is, are you using it intentionally? Because when you learn to master your frame, you stop fighting for attention and start commanding it. You stop chasing validation and start inspiring it. You stop reacting to the world and start shaping it. Remember this. The loudest person in the room rarely has the most power. The calmest one does. Because true strength doesn't need to prove itself. It just exists. So the next time you enter a room, don't think about what to say. Think about what energy you're bringing with you. Because that energy, your frame, is your greatest psychological weapon. Use it wisely. And if this message hits you deeply, share it. Not for me, but for everyone who keeps giving away their power without realizing it. Because the world doesn't need louder people. It needs calmer ones. And now you know exactly how to become one.